ask you, like, do you ever have like trouble with men? Like, because I have been in so many relationships through my life, and I always had trouble like finding men that don't feel intimidated by powerful women and by strong women that have opinions or have something to say. So what do you do with that? How did you find Justin? Like, to be honest.
How did I find this one? It's a good, of
She
course.
wore crimped hair and walked into my apartment.
just crimp your hair. No, it's such a good question, and it's such a big question. And I think, I'm sure all women have experienced something like that. It's sort of like the other side of that coin is also how a lot of women, we want men who are vulnerable, and then we meet that vulnerable man, and then we're just like, ew, what is that? So I think we have a lot of work left to do on both ends to accept the person that we really want. I think, I'm trying to think what you and I have come up against with that. Justin was from the very beginning very vulnerable with me, and I had that reaction. Like I wasn't sure what to do with the sensitivity because I wasn't used to that. And I don't know if you feel like whenever I'm in my power and I have a strong opinion.
Oh, I love it. I like it. That turns me on. I actually like when you're in your power. That's actually one of the things for me.
But not all men, right? Like, it's really hard to find a man that thinks that way.
No, but it also comes from, again, men have been socialized to believe that they have to be dominant over women, right? So we have been raised to believe and to think that our worth as a man is defined by how our women treat us and how subservient they are, or how they react to us, or how other people react to our women, even calling them our women, right? So it's very hard for a man when the woman ends up making more money than him, right? Suddenly he feels emasculated, which isn't real. Like, that's not a real thing, to feel emasculated. Like, you can't really make someone emasculated. You can, I just disagree with that idea. So if anything, we should be happy, right, that our women are successful or that are happy that our women are powerful. And I just think that two powerful people together is an awesome thing. So if anything, like in our situation, it's my job as Emily's man to try to ignite her flame in moments where she doesn't feel powerful, to help her find her power. And that's what she does for me if I'm losing my light or my power.
Yeah, I mean, basically you want to find that person that shows up for you and supports you. And sometimes, if I do a lot of crazy self-work, and there are times when I find a power that I'm not even used to, and then I show up in the living room with this power, and my whole family's just like, who is that? What is that? So what we do is that I then try to include them in my journey and talk about the things that I'm experiencing and exploring in myself, and which then makes it easier for both my husband and my kids to kind of be along on that journey. But instead of being so intimidated by each other, by our power or by our vulnerability, we need to learn how to show up for one another and create space for that vulnerability or the power. Actually, those two things are the same thing. And you'll know early on if you're with somebody who can hold that. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious. You'll know, and you'll find that person.
Hopefully.
Nice to meet you.
I've tried every night, and I'm so thankful that you guys responded. And thank you, Emily, for everything. Thank you, Justin. Just like, you are my inspiration. So keep going. Keep doing this.
Nice to meet you. Let's take a picture.
It's so nice to meet you.
All my family's here. Like, we're all so excited.
They're all filming it. Oh my God, that made me so happy. Can we take a family picture?
This is so cute.
Yeah. Okay.
Take a family picture.
And then another one, just like. Thank you, guys.
You guys are the sweetest.
I
So nice
love
to
your
meet
parents.
you.
They're
Bye.
so cool.
You guys are so
Your dad
sweet.
is the best.
Bye.
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 So sweet. Those smiles.
He was just there like this.
Oh my gosh, filming.
Hi.
friend.
You just got it.
What's up, dude?
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Victoria. This is Hedon. So nice
What's
to meet
up?
you.
We finally get to have our double date.
It was
On
it was
your
so
Instagram.
it was so funny because she came home after you guys met. She came home and she was like, "Oh my god, I just fell in love with this person. She's amazing. She's married to a guy. He does the fighting stuff."
I'm so
the,
sorry. I had
and
no
I'm like,
idea.
and I was like, "What's her last name?" And she said Gracie. And I'm like, "Oh."
And he knew
He's
so much about you. I was like, how do you know so much
Well,
about
I
this?
don't. Well, I
His
know
family.
the family.
It was
yeah.
like, you're weird. How do you know so much about
Your
them?
uncle or dad or something invented basically mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
A thing that I don't do.
I'm sorry. It's not my world.
You don't need to do it with that hair. You don't have to learn how to defend yourself.
No.
one's
I don't because like
Nice.
if anything,
Powerful.
I just have to do this and people stay away.
Yeah, it's true.
In awe
Oh my
of this
god.
sheer beauty.
And I fell in love with Emily too. When I met her, I'm like, oh, it only makes sense. Lauren wanted us to be friends. She said it.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
who is this
so-
from? Lauren?
Lauren Shaw.
Oh yeah,
My Lauren.
Lauren's amazing.
Because Lauren trains with us too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, are you gonna train with
And
them?
Vic, I hope.
Well, I was gonna
Someday.
train her
But
before
Vic was
her
gonna
trip.
train me before my trek in Peru because she was like, "You're traveling alone. You're gonna need to learn some stuff from me." And I was like, "Yes, please." And then of course the trip didn't happen. But yeah, we met and we had a 3-hour lunch.
So
Not-
for everybody watching, just so you know, so I just asked Emily to pick the next person, and she saw her friend Victoria here, and of course there are no coincidences. So now we all get to meet, and we get to have a double date live in front of like 2,500 people. That's totally
Yay.
cool.
Exactly. as
Hold
it
on, wait.
should be.
I want to hear something.
Yeah.
I have a question because she came back with some information that you guys want to like you bought a place in.
Mm-mm. You were thinking about it.
So you want to live in a blue zone in Costa Rica?
Yes, in Nosara, we've been looking there, and there's been some in
Oh, I've been to Nosara.
Really? That's the blue
Yeah.
zone? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Nosara.
Do you like it?
Well, this is amazing in Nosara. We shot the tribe in Nosara.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, Emily, have you been there?
No, I
No,
thought.
she hasn't been there. I've been to Costa Rica three times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get Peru.
Pura
Go to
vida.
Costa Rica.
Yeah, listen, one of our dreams is to like buy a farm there, grow a sustainable farm living on the beach and the jungle side by side. And they have some amazing kids schools and programs that also are right on the beach, jungle front and beach front.
Ooh.
Wow.
And
Somebody
And for those of
somebody
you who
just
don't
asked
know,
what a blue zone
Blue,
was.
I was just gonna say, what is a blue zone?
So a blue zone, National Geographic did some research on the 5 locations. There's 5 locations that they talk about where they have the longest living humans, the healthiest lifestyle, and overall the most, let's say, even mental health, like happiness,
best
Mm.
places to live
best
in the
places
world.
to live. And they do this from a whole range of things. I love that they have all those Brazil flags there.
One is in Japan. One is here in California.
Like Loma something, Loma
Yeah.
Vista or something.
Costa Rica, Japan, maybe, I don't know, Sweden or something.
There's 5, only 5 in the whole world that, you know,
Wow.
based on
Isn't
what-
it interesting though that it's so spread out?
yeah, based on the foods they eat, the lifestyles they have, they, again, longest life, most happy.
It's like the most centenarians, right? Like
You mean people that reach 100 and over?
Is that also part of the?
Correct.
So they live
People
the
that
longest.
live to be over 100. That is how they determine the blue zone. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quality of life and length of.
But I was gonna
life.
say it's not just length; it's quality. It's what they
Quality.
determine, like the
Right.
happiness level and their physical health and
Okay.
wellness.
So
Let's
I'm
do
in.
it.
Let's go buy a place in
Double date in Costa
Zara,
Rica?
Costa Rica. I mean, as long as you can, as long as I can learn how to fight from you, that would be awesome.
Bro.
We need to bring. The plan is to bring jiu-jitsu to make life
That's what we
even
wanna do.
better quality of life in Costa Rica with jiu-jitsu presence. It's
Yeah.
already
It's
there.
amazing. So hold on, I got a question for you. So tell me about. Was it your father or your uncle? So tell me about the lineage of the Gracie family.
My father was the first. My father's name was Horian Gracie, and he came from Brazil in 1979, and he developed the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC,
Yeah.
1993. He created it. He was the creator, him and his partner Art Davey, and that he created it because he and my uncles did a lot of fights kind of behind closed doors in our gym in 1989. I was maybe 8, 9 years old. I would watch these fights that would happen, And because of these challenge matches being so successful and being like all of the students would just line up and come to watch these fights once a month, every 2 months, that my dad said there has to be a show on television. So in 1993, the first UFC happened in Denver, Colorado.
Wow.
And that was, I guess that was the beginning.
That's amazing. And how many brothers do you have?
Too many.
He's one of 10 kids, and his father's one of 9.
Whoa.
Their
And so,
family-
and your uncle was Hoist, Gracie?
My uncle's Hoist. Yes, Hoist was my father's, one of his younger brothers. My father was the oldest. And Hoist fought in UFC 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it was it was a huge commercial for jiu-jitsu. And since Hoist fought and displayed jiu-jitsu so beautifully, it ended up catching the attention of the U.S. Army and law enforcement all around the world. So today, the big mission now is to teach that which was proven in the cage and is still being proven, right? Because fighters have been stating since, the last 20 years have been saying how they watched Hoist fight in the UFC. George St. Pierre is a great example. I watched Hoist Gracie fight, and I said, I'm going to do that. And then he went and became one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Or Anderson Silva, and these people just give so much credit to jiu-jitsu being not only the X factor for MMA, but also how Hoist inspired them, as well as other Gracie family members were also fighting. But the UFC was the biggest platform that my father created. And now there's, jiu-jitsu schools now are becoming like,
7-Eleven.
everywhere you drive. There's
You're royalty, man. You're like, you're jiu-jitsu royalty. How cool is that?
I got lucky.
What's your username so people can follow you guys?
My name is Ryron, Hiron Gracie.
And mine is Vic Gracie. VIC Gracie.
Amazing. We'll have a FaceTime together.
We'll do a legit double date once quarantine's over.
We have to make it happen.
So nice
So nice to
put
meet
faces
you.
to
Good
names.
to see you, love.
All right.
Thank you for joining.
Bye.
Bye.
That's so funny. I was like, you pick the person, and of course you pick your.
There was that one night when he had written this beautiful spoken word piece in front of an audience of our friends, and he got up in front of everyone with nervous, awkward, and he did it anyway, and it was incredibly sweet. It was a beautiful piece. You're really good at that stuff. The issue was, the other girls, women, in the audience, they just swooned. They were just like, oh my God, I so wish I could have a man who did that for me, who created a spoken word piece and, told everybody, doing it in front of everybody. And I was just dying inside because I was like, dude, you don't get me. We need to,
True story.
We need to figure some things out because the issue with that is, in that moment, I felt that he wasn't sensitive to where I was at. Yeah. So had he just checked in with me, he would have known that I wasn't quite there. But now I wasn't quite there in front of all of these people.
People that we love.
When he was done, everyone turned around to me and they were like, yeah, you happy? How are you feeling? That was amazing. Right. And I'm not there. So now I have to perform because I wasn't mature enough to just be like, to show up how I really felt.
And I am clueless.
And he truly was clueless.
I'm clueless.
This is the Man Enough Podcast. Join us every Monday for new episodes.
Love of my life. Emily Baldoni.
Emily Baldoni. It was clear from the very beginning that we are two very, very different people. And I'm from Sweden, so just that alone makes us very different.
Oh, I left that out of your bio. You're from Uppsala, Sweden.
It's just a tiny
Uppsala,
detail.
Sweden, where they invented Celsius.
That's right. That's right. And Swedes in general, when we show love, it doesn't need to be big. Yeah. It doesn't need to be a big, massive thing. And just coming to the States as a 20-year-old, I just realized that everything here is just bigger. Yeah. So I think that was a lot for us to navigate, being two very different people, and somehow finding a way of honoring the differences, though, because I could tell that in his big gestures, showing me how much he loves me, that's okay. There's also beauty in him expressing love in his way,
But I think we were very young, and we also had to learn, how do you give love to somebody the way that they want to be loved? Social is the big one. But he was also big on love in general. Like, he wanted to be close. He wanted to show people that we were at parties together, and he wanted to show the world how much he loved me, and he wanted to show me how much he loved me on 2 different pages when we were dating. So I was over here, he was over here. I needed something over here, he needed different things. And we were super awkward together. The polarity was off. I wasn't 100% sure. He was 1,000% sure that we were supposed to be together. We were trying to navigate these different energies that we were feeling, and I was very into him. I was attracted to him, but I was still struggling. He was so on. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I just needed space. And the more that I pushed away, the harder he tried, because he was like, no, this is right. That quickly became a problem for me, is that he takes up a lot of space. And I'm a person who have been trained to make myself smaller, especially if I'm around people that take up space. Usually men, but that can also be women. And I noticed that I just made myself so small so often. And he just kept filling up the space, and that could happen in interruptions where we're talking and he gets excited and he just interrupts. And again, dummy, right? He has no idea what he's doing. He's just excited. And I've had to kind of just stop him many times and say, do you realize that you just interrupted me and that I still have something to say? And where he excels is that he immediately goes, oh, shit. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry. I don't know why I do that. Please share with me what you have to say. That's one of the things that I love the most about you, is that you immediately correct and you apologize, and then you really try your best to do better.
And then I fail again.
And then you fail again, like we all do. But it's like, to be able to take that criticism immediately and feel it in your body and then go, I will try better next time. That's amazing, and that's why we're doing so good. One of the things why we're doing so good. But that's one thing. And then just physical space, that, you know, he's a
man spread.
He man spread all the time. And even if we're, I mean, I'm sure some people would think this is really cute, but we'll sit on a couch with plenty of space, and I'm sitting like I'm comfortable, and then he comes and practically sits on top of me. He's like a big dog that believes he's a lap dog. And I'm like, dude, I need space. You don't have to lean on me. So there's just this overall thing of just
complete unawareness
taking up space, where I've then had to learn to grow a little bit bigger and just go, I need my bubble right now. You can be all over me later, but right now I need my bubble, and you need to let me finish my thought. And another big thing for us, Justin had a career. Things were going great. He was making the money. I was not as much, and I wanted to be there with my children. I wanted to take a lot of time off to be with my kids, and I was blessed enough to be able to stay at home, which a lot of mothers, again, don't get to do. That's where we kind of got lost in these. He got to pursue his career and be out there all day, create stuff, do stuff he loved, under a lot of pressure, yes, but doing stuff that he loved, having adult conversations, and then coming home not able to really realize and understand what my day had been like. But at the end of the night, we just speak 2 different languages. I have no idea what his day was just like, and I can't understand it. He comes home, he can't understand me, but at least he gets the work that he puts in, gets critical acclaim, gets recognized, he gets awards, he gets to be on podcasts, he gets money, he gets paid for it, he gets more job because of it. Like, he gets to build something, and people come up to me and tell me, Emily, you are so lucky to be married to Justin.
She hates hearing that.
And I'm like, do you have any idea? It's a blessing, yes, but do you have any idea what I'm doing to make that happen? To help him make that happen? I don't need... Hooray for Kamala and Maya. Hooray for the Purse sisters. What's next, Kamala? Kamala, looking up, said, I'm wondering what the view is like from the roof. They did it!